Welcome to Houston, Texas, and Rice Stadium, home to the Owls. As we'll see, a squad from the American, the North Texas Mean Green, taking on a conference rival from the American, the Rice Owls. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Rice ready to kick it off and get this game started. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So North Texas offense takes the field. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power, all those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. Third down play from the gun. Caught. Out across the 40 and forced out of bounds at the 42. And now this offense is clicking.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now and get ready for another one.
Stopped at the 47-yard line, a 10-yard gain, and they'll move the markers.
Excellent throw by the quarterback. Found the window between the zones and then delivered the ball on time.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Wants to throw it. Fires to the tight end. And that had all the makings of bug meat windshield. But how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first? Snap from the gun on third down. And it's a catch, but he's got enough for the first down. They get to the line quickly.
I think as a play caller, you love to see your guys getting into a rhythm early in the game, right? Third down, you dial up the slant. It's a good route, a good throw. This offense is off to a nice start.
They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Oh, he'll keep it on the draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one. The Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. That's caught. It's Williams. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
On a big third down, love the discipline by the defense there. You got everybody with their eyes on the quarterback, rallying to the football, showing good speed on D. Nice tackle. Love the team defense.
Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. So Rice's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. And Jesse, the man in the backfield today, not necessarily a superstar. They'll just try to have him grind out the tough yards when they need it.
He needs to be solid in this game. He doesn't need to be a Heisman Trophy winner today for them to win, but he has to get the yards when they present themselves. Take what the defense gives him, and you cannot turn the ball away.
Nah, you got to hold on to that rock, but it would be nice. I think this offense would really open up with some more consistency at this spot. A running back they can really depend on. He becomes that guy. If he can into that, this offense can take that next step.
Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. Let's talk for just a minute about Rice. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They have lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
First snap of this drive will come from the 46. Wants to go up top on first down. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
That middle linebacker just wanted it more, man. He came right up the middle. He was able to beat and cross the offensive lineman's face and work his way to the QB.
North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. North Texas to the line with a mile and a half to go on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Throwing right. He's got it. There he goes. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
And I don't know if this defense knows what just hit them, because they gave up the completion, they gave up a first down, and now here's the offense back up at the line of scrimmage again, going tempo.
Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
You know, I know it seems like an easy pitch and catch, but for the tight end there, that route potentially changes if it's man coverage. So good job by him knowing it's zone. I'm just going to sit down. This is basically like a check down, right? Let's just take the easy pitch and catch and keep this drive going.
North Texas comes to the line on third and short. Off the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
Defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. And he's going to have to get into this football. This is a... Oh, and he got a hand on it. It's blocked. And they got it.
Yeah, you saw how they just overloaded the left-hand side that time. They were able to overwhelm the offensive line, get in the backfield, and then get their paws up to block that kick.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be third down.
And there's not very many offensive plays that are going to be successful. If you can rush 3 guys and still get to the quarterback, that's not a good sign for this offensive line.
The Owls need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on third down. Here's the pressure. And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. The punt team makes its way onto the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Hunt is on its way. And that is textbook instructional video. Out of bounds right around the goal line. The goalpost breathing down their neck as they're backed up in their own team starting the drive from their own 1. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Very useful run there to get away from the goal line. He'll pick up 4 out to the 6. He wants to throw it. Safe completion on the screen. Not quite so backed up after that play. He's out of bounds at the 12. North Texas in the hurry up.
Well, the defense makes the tackle. They give up the first down. They've now got to communicate the next play call. They can't substitute because the offense is going fast.
Reads it, fires complete. Trying to hit him with a quick game on first down, and nothing doing there. After getting nothing done on the last one, this is a big play. 2nd and long from the 11. Plucks it out of the air. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The Mean Green trying to convert on 3rd and short. Wants to throw again. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. And that is a nifty bit of navigation to get through that traffic and get the first down. North Texas really has it going on offense. From the gun, the running back looking for room. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Motion from the wideout. Right back to it. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him 1.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
North Texas lining up facing 3rd and long. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Fires to the middle. Oh, did he find a hole in the defense? That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. From the gun, running back gets the gift. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You know, the runner just has to have a little bit more patience. He bounced that thing outside a little too early, and as a result, lost yards.
The sure hands, it's Evans. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. North Texas will have to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. We'll see if they can be a little more productive this time around. A 3-and-out the last time they had the ball. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Power football with the run. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
And you want to run the football. That's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. On the ground, it's Jackson. Into a mass of giant bodies, we'll call it a 1-yard gain to the 24. How bold will they be on 3rd down after that last run? Looking to pass, it's Jenkins. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a fourth down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. They boot it away on fourth down. And you make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They had to punt it away on their last possession, but man, what great field position this time.
I mean, this is awesome. Like, last possession didn't go great. Now you're set up in an opportunity to get some points. Start thinking about what plays I like, Jesse, as I cross the 50.
There are a lot of offensive coordinators out there, David, and in this position, they like to take a shot right away and try and capitalize on this field position.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. In the gun, looking to throw on third down. Using the quick game. That'll be enough for the first down as they mark it down at the 31-yard line.
It's tough on the defense there. Third down, you're in zone coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set of downs.
Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. And he drops it just a little too slippery in the hands.
That's just not the start you're expecting to see from this guy. Obviously, it's a big game. There's a lot of pressure. The crowd is loud, but we've seen 2 drops in the first quarter from this guy. He's got to crank it up.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. And they'll send out the field goal unit. And remember, he's already had 1 blocked in this game. And his slips just inside that right upright. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Way to bounce back, kicker. Obviously, this guy already had a kick block earlier in the game, and he answers by kicking a bomb through the uprights. Well done.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. Got enough for the first. Still on his feet at the 45. And what a huge play for this offense after that great run.
Defensively, you'll take the slow down. You'll take 3, 4, 5 yards a pop, but you can't give up the massive plays. You got to do a better job containing the football, making him run to guys, and get him on the ground. For goodness sakes, this guy is fast, I know, but defensively, we got to swarm to the football and get him on the ground.
And the Owls come to the line after ripping off that huge gain on the ground, trying to keep it going. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Well, the quarterback knew he wanted to go to his tight end on that play. He's a big physical target, but it was the hit on the play that forced the incompletion.
Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Looking downfield, it's Patrick. Always a welcome play for the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
Really nice play call there by the defensive coordinator as well. He was trying to do something aggressive to stop the momentum of the offense. They looked pretty good on this drive. They were marching the football down the field, but on that critical third down, the D coordinator dials it up, the pass rush at the right time, trusting his guys up front to get it done, and they're able to get the sack.
Here's a heat. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He'll try to really get into this one.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Punt is in the air on fourth down. And the coverage team surrounding the ball. No chance for the return man to get in there on that one. A lot of real estate in front of them as the drive starts at their own 6. He's going to lose a yard on that one. North Texas in the hurry up.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
They keep feeding him in this running game, and the defense is having none of it. It's been that way all day. They stop him short, and we'll have a big 4th down coming. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Bottled him up, not a whole lot of room to run on that return, and that's how this period will come to an end. We've reached the break, and North Texas has the lead. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. Now to see if these guys can get back in the game as we open the second quarter. They've got a first down here to open the period. To throw, it's Padgett. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And screens are all about timing, right? You want to invite the defensive line to fly up the field, and then you want to throw it right over their head. And you could tell just a little bit off. The defense got in there so quick, got the quarterback hit before he could really get his bearings and throw the screen.
Fires to the right. He's got it. He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
I love when you sell the run like that quarterback did right there. Stuck it in the belly of the running back, pulls it out, runs the play action. Great job of confusing the defense a little bit, making them honor the run, and then throwing the ball in the lanes right behind them.
Looking downfield on first down. Intercepted for the 11th time this season. Taking it the other way. Past the 20. And he has taken it all the way back. Touchdown, North Texas. What about the speed from that defender on the return?
He's showing you, Reese, like, listen, it's not just wide receivers that can do that. I can take this thing to the house. I got some moves. Watch this. Unbelievable job flipping the field. Offense about to score. Defense makes the huge plays and gets points out of it.
Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Working on the right. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they have a first down at the 43. Big chunk play to start this drive. Now they'll really try to take it to this defense. They'll run it from the gun.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. From the gun, running back on the move. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Fires toward the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
It just looks to me like the offense is starting to get a little bit impatient, right, guys? They haven't scored in this game yet, and all of a sudden now they're taking shots down the field and they're trying to make it happen. But the defense, they have been lights out. They force another incompletion.
Fakes to grab. Gets him down at the 26. Big play there. Give him 15 yards on the gain, and they move the sticks.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. The give to the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This drive facing a little adversity on 2nd and 11. Scanning the field, it's Paget. Firing to the right, complete. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo booster.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this guy has been a dominant force early in this game. We're still in the first half. He already has a sack. He gets a tackle for loss there. He's playing so well with his eyes right now. He's reading his keys, and he's letting his God-given ability put him in the backfield to make these plays.
That one takes it down to the 13-yard line. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. And he was dying to push his way in there, but he's knocked down at the 3.
I love that from this offense. 3 is good. You're in field goal range, but now we're set up with 1st and goal because of great 3rd down execution by this offense. Stay aggressive. Even when you get in this part of the field, when everything shrinks and gets a little bit harder, you still want to be aggressive.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
To the air on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And that is the play this defense had to have. Did you look in the secondary right there? I mean, he was open, guys. Like, that would have been a touchdown, and this defense got to the quarterback, hit him as he's throwing the football, forced the errant pass, and dodged a bullet.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And the holder will spot it on the 14 for a 24-yard attempt. He got it. This is now a 7-point game.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it. Had to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. North Texas in the hurry-up.
Well, the defense just had to chase that guy down and make a tackle after a long run, and no chance to substitute. They got to get the play call in because the offense is trying to go fast.
Pulls and fires complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Catch in the middle. It's Williams. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They go to the ground. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Nice job by this defense creating that negative play. That's what all defenses want to do. But look at this. This offense, they ain't scared. Right back on the ball, ready to run another play, ready to make this defense work.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield.
Well, he's linked up with his quarterback 4 times in this first half. Finally, they're not able to connect on that one. I think the defense just had enough. I think they've said, you know what? You can throw it somewhere else, but you're not going to get it to that guy. We're going to have coverage helping out on that receiver.
Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
To the air, it's Padgett. Got it in the middle, it's Barnett. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
That's just a very easy, comfortable throw for the quarterback. He knows he has his big target, the tight end, running across the field on the drag. Nice play.
Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back.
False start on offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. After the step off, now they have to deal with 1st and 15. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wants to throw again. This time it's complete. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Makes the catch. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Well, you love to see that from the defense, right? It's like bend, don't break. They've given up a bunch of plays on this drive, but now that they're getting down close to field goal range, you're seeing them start to stiffen up, Dave.
Yeah, and plays don't matter anymore. Yards don't matter. All that matters with these defenses nowadays is
intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got some room to run.
and he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the first half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Knocked out of bounds and sticking with that running game as they get deeper in the red zone. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. 2nd down, he'll throw it. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Yeah, and how about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
He's got it on the move. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
I know that was 3rd down, and I know the quarterback's trying to be careful. You don't want to be too greedy, but he had guys open downfield. I think if he had been a little bit more patient and been a little bit more willing to let the play develop.
That's a live ball. Well, the offense did fall on that loose football, but it won't matter much as they turn it over on downs. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work. First play of this drive comes from working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit, and let's keep going.
So now it's 2nd and long. The give to the tailback. He'll slither through and pick up 3 and get it out to the 10-yard line.
They have just not been able to get this guy into a rhythm so far in this game. I know it's still the first half, but there's been nothing going for him like you just saw in that last run. He's an outstanding talent. You may have to start thinking about throwing him the football, getting him out in the perimeter and space to let him go to work. He's got to touch the ball for you to come back in this game. Right now, running it, though, very difficult.
Out of the shotgun on 3rd down. It's complete to the right. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on 3rd down. If you're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the 1st. Well done.
In the middle, it's Jackson. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Throws to the tight end. Got his man downfield. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
And what a massive play for the offense. Not only getting the football across the 50, but they've now put themselves in position to steal a few more points here before the half.
Get a big play like that last one, you flip the field, you change the momentum. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 38. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Now the play fake. Throws toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity.
This quarterback is getting frustrated. You can see it now, right? They've had some possessions, but they only have a field goal to show for it. And he's now starting to take shots. That time, that was not the right look to throw it way down the field here at the end of the 1st half. But the defense loves this because right now, this quarterback is playing right into their hands.
And the offense got themselves in a tough situation. 3rd and long, so hard to execute, especially when the field starts to shrink. But the good news is they got a field goal in their back pocket.
And it's right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And not to be the old guys in the booth, but we are the old guys in the booth, man. 50-yard field goals used to be really, really hard. Kickers nowadays, man, they are making it look so much easier, and he does right there.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? Leaves it with the back. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers.
Turning it on. They make the stop, and that is the end of the 1st half. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, by the looks of things, we've had one enjoyable 1st half in Houston. And it's been an absolute clinic in fundamental defensive football so far. A total standoff with both teams refusing to give an inch. And I know this new era of football is about chucking it all over the yard and just outscoring the other team. But this game is a throwback, and to be honest, it's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys inside historic Rice Stadium.
All right, Kevin, about ready to get things cranked back up here. Texas will kick it off to start things here in the second half. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot at the DB. And that one falls incomplete. They tried to go over the top on first down. Second down coming up. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to throw, it's Padgett. Rushes on him. Hauls it in. Nowhere to go and not much to show for that one.
The defense has their hands full trying to stop this guy in the slot. They're going to have to figure something out to bracket him, try and get 2 bodies around him, maybe get some safety help as well, because right now they do not have the answer for this guy.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, at least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
Yeah, and how about the offense, man? You run a little play action. I can just tell you, 3rd and long, as a pass rusher, I'm going to get the quarterback. I don't care about the play action. I'm not biting on it, and neither did the defense.
What a terrible, terrible shank. That punt is just going to create all kinds of problems. It goes out of bounds, and let's see where they spot it. They're going to take over right around the 30-yard line. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. Grabbed behind the line. It's Evans. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Going to swing it on second down. It's complete on the right side. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. A jet sweep pass. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. They just keep firing. Finds his man. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17. Now on 4th down, they'll send out the field goal unit. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Nestled just inside that right upright. The lead now 7 here in the 3rd quarter. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Hey, guys, just wanted to give you a quick update on a game happening in the SEC. Texas is trailing, but they are within striking distance. Kind of like when Major Applewhite turned a huge deficit in the 2001 Holiday Bowl into a win. Maybe today is deja vu. They're trailing by just 4 to Arkansas. Week in and week out in the SEC, it's a battle of attrition. And if anything big changes, you'll hear about it here.
Oh, and how about breaks into the open. Finally corralled, but not before. He picks up the first down.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
Complete. And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Great job by the defense here.
The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. This coach wanted to be absolutely certain on a challenge. He was right. The previous play will be overturned. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. On the run, it's Jackson. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Here comes the heat. Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
Man, this offense taking the sack, that is not what we need in this area. They've struggled really badly. Like, they're kicking too many field goals. A lot of times this will jump up and bite you. Later in the football game, this offense has got to protect their quarterback and execute better in this area of the field.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Jackson. And they'll stop him about 5 yards short of the first. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. He'll swing that big leg for 3 from 44 yards out. Between the uprights, it's good. That'll bring him to within 4.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. To throw on first down. Quickly complete. He's across the 30 and out of bounds at the 31-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. He's all the way across the 40. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 41 in the running game, getting it done.
And the offense with a nice run, breaks off a little bit of run, gets a first down. Oh, and here they go again. First down, you've seen this. They like to go fast.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Second down, they'll go to the air. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
If your job is to irritate, to confuse, to hit, to make quarterbacks feel very uncomfortable, this defense is definitely doing their job. 6 sacks, that's the way to make the quarterback feel like he's having a hard day. He's had no response. This offensive line has no response, just a sack party.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. North Texas will have to punt it away.
In punt formation to kick it away.
Looks it all the way in, and now turns his attention upfield. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Now they've got a little room to work with. They're out to the 28 with a first down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
Now on first down from the 28. They're going to ride this running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, I think the running back kind of went rogue on that last running play. I'm not sure it was designed to go that direction. He tried to make it happen on his own and unfortunately ended up losing yards.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Back to pass. It's Paget. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
That's a good job by the drag route there, understanding its zone coverage. So instead of continuing to run across the field, he settles down into an open spot, making it easy for his quarterback.
Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle. It's Barnett. Oh, he's got some space. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Unloads to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit. They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
Offense facing 4th down.
Rice will try to move the chains on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Incomplete pass, and the defense comes up big, and they take over.
Offense is stopped. Will be a turnover on down.
Secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. Grabs it in the middle. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. North Texas in the hurry up. Draw play, quarterback keeps it.
And a nice job being gap sound by this defense. And here you go. Watch what this offense does. They'll get right back on the ball, and they'll go really quick, so you got to be prepared.
Takes it from the gun on 3rd down. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. North Texas will have to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stands.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Gets it out to the 25-yard line, a gain of 3. And the Owls are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
big third down conversion, getting the ball to your running back, and he does the rest. This guy, I think, will get a lot more touches.
And you want to know why he's on the field on third down? Because he can block, he can catch the ball, and you can also hand it off to him, and he can go find the sticks and keep drives alive. What a weapon.
Rice going to work with another 1st and 10.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
To the air. It's Paget. Under fire. Under pressure, and down he goes at the 33.
And there's no mystery as to why this team's losing today. They've given up 5 sacks. They cannot keep their quarterback upright, and you just saw another example of it right there. He has never been able to get into rhythm throwing the football.
These defensive linemen have tents in the backfield. Goodness gracious, they're camping out back there, hitting the quarterback time and time again. When you've sacked him this much, of course he's going to be flustered. Of course he wants to get rid of the football.
The Owls are way behind the sticks on this 3rd and forever. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete.
It's so nice when you know it's 3rd and long, you know a pass is coming, you worked on it all week, get your feet set at the sticks, understand that quarterback's got to be rushed, get him off of his spot. Nice execution by this defense.
Punt is on its way. Not going to take a chance to grab that one as it bounces out of bounds. Opening play of this drive comes from the 34. Here's the handoff. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down. Now back to the line.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
He's got him in the flat. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. North Texas in the hurry up. They'll run play action. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Almost intercepted, and what a momentum swing that could have been, but they still force a 4th down. North Texas will have to punt it away. They're up to a half dozen kicks today. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. Another opportunity here. They had to punt it on their last possession, but this time tight game, hoping to get something on the board. To the ground with the back. Couldn't find a lane. A pickup of 1 to the 31.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Got his man. After 45 on its way. They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic 4th quarter finish. They go back to work in the final period of this one. To the air, it's Paget. Quickly complete. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. Pressure coming. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now. If you're the play caller, certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. Kick is in the air. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. North Texas sends the offense back onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse,
There he goes. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. The Mean Green after that last run, why not go back to the well?
I'd say, well, the defense has really contained that quarterback run all game long, but in a big spot in the fourth quarter, they let him out of the cage. He gets out of the pocket, makes the run, and gets the first down.
North Texas now has a ton of work to do here on second down. Wants to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Williams. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. North Texas in the hurry up. On third and long, trying to convert through the air. Hit as he throws. And they'll miss the connection here on third down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on third down. They hit the quarterback and force the incompletion.
North Texas will have to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
No, and that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Man, this quarterback is going to need an ice bath when this game is over because he is getting whacked. We've seen him go down. He's been sacked time and time again. He just got nailed another time on that last play. He can't wait for this game to be over.
And this will push the offense back as they mark it dead at the 10. 90 yards in front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Quickly to the tight end. That's a really good tackle there, giving up some size and still making the play. The Mean Green can be aggressive if they choose here on second and short. Fires to the big fella. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. DB's right up on the receivers. Bringing the heat. On target. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. With the catch, it's Evans. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. North Texas comes to the line on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's got enough for the first down. They'll mark it at the 34. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. They think there's room to run to the right here. Still on his feet at the 45. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody in gaps, and the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
And there is nowhere to run. They were eager and ready for him this time around.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Some hard running there, but just too many defenders as he stopped for a loss. North Texas will have to punt it away. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've punted the last 3 times they've had it, and now really needing to put a score on the board on this possession. Snagged out of the air. He makes the stop almost as soon as he catches it, and they're short of the first down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Back to throw, it's Padgett. Got his man on the right. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. From the gun, the running back has it. He has the first and still on his feet. All down at the 38-yard line and a big pickup of 15 yards there. And the Owls will have it 1st and 10. To the air on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
They say pressure bust pipes. This quarterback can attest to that. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. And that pass will be jarred loose on 2nd down. That brings up 3rd down. Ready to fire from the pistol. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Grabbed in the middle, it's Walker. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
On 4th down, looking for the completion. And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Gets it out fast. And just a short and safe pass play. They pick up a few. North Texas in the hurry up.
And quarterback receiver on the same page. Nice job seeing the zone, understanding the drag route concept. Easy pitch, easy catch.
3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. North Texas will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Dropping back, it's Padgett. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
That's a ball that this offense should be able to complete. They had the coverage they wanted. Receiver ran on the route. Just an inaccurate throw by the quarterback.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. He makes the grab. They make the stop just across the 30 at the 31. It's 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. North Texas takes possession. The Mean Green offense will return to the field. After 3 consecutive punts, we'll see if they can dial up something that can get this offense moving forward. Handoff from the shotgun. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Looking to fire. They're setting up the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. Passing game very effective on 2nd down. What about here on 3rd? From the gun, wants to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. North Texas will have to punt it away. Wants to return it. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They weren't able to move it on their last possession, ended up punting it away, but now pass rush, gets there, gets home, gets him down at the 23.
They got more sacks than a grocery store. Goodness gracious, time and time again, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground. This defense having their way.
Dropping back, it's Padgett. Setting up the screen. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
And the completion to the sideline, a solid pickup, but not enough for the first down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit.
4th down coming up.
And they'll just down it right there. Opening play of this drive comes from the 12-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down. He's got him. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. North Texas in the hurry up. Back to pass on 2nd down. Wide open downfield. He's into the open down the middle. He's at the 30. The 10. Touchdown, Mean Green. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him. Boy, do they need that score. Gave them a little cushion as they try to put a stop to this 2-game slide. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Shoots it to the left. Got his man. They finally get to him. What a play there to pick up the first down.
Well, they've got a ways to go if they're going to win this game. It's all about getting the drive started. They come away with a positive play to get this thing going. Let's see what they can do now.
That's the way to open a drive. Now they'll put it in play just shy of midfield. Dropping back, it's Paget. Under fire. And the Heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45.
Another sack on the day. This offense has to do something different. Maybe bring in more bodies, run max protection, keep more guys in the block, only send a couple guys out to run pass patterns. You got to do something different. But bottom line, you got to protect that QB.
He's pushed out of bounds inside the 40 at the 38, and these guys are on the move. Good job by the receiver there, not to run into coverage, but to find a spot that the quarterback can throw him the ball.
Yeah, on those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're booking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. They'll make the stop on the return at the 38-yard line as this defense records an interception. First play of the drive comes from the 38. A quick pass to the left. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They'll probably bleed every second possible off this clock before they snap it. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. And he's able to shed one tackle, but still, just a very short gain. North Texas in the hurry up. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and the clock is definitely on their side. They'll just try to run it out here. The Mean Green will have to reach into that playbook here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. And he dropped it, just didn't hook the thing all the way in. North Texas will have to punt it away. And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. Looking to throw, it's Paget. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The Owls have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a deep man. Another interception. That's his 4th of the day. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
Motion from the wide receiver. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And a really short game before he gets a whole bunch of company from the defense. North Texas lining up facing 3rd and long. With the win today, they're now bowl eligible, and that's certainly worth celebrating, at least to some degree, wouldn't you say, guys?
Yeah, listen, at the start of the year, there are a lot of goals that get put up on the blackboard. Reaching a bowl game is one of them. So now you can go ahead and check that off. But if you're this football team, you're not celebrating that tonight. You're looking to build on this win moving ahead because they've got bigger goals down the road, Dave.
They do, and they've shown you some good flashes throughout the season, man. Some moments that really say this team could be really, really good. And so I think you continue to improve.